Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Chris Budnick. I would like to welcome you to our transition ceremony. Hey, Chris. Thanks, man. We are really happy to be here with you tonight, and for those who are joining us virtually, hello to the women's campus and the ladies over there. I want to take a moment, in addition to thanking the folks that helped make this possible, which start with the participants who kind of help prepare for our ceremony days, to the staff, the extra coordination that's going into putting these on virtually, and to our board of directors and other community supporters who are responsible for helping us make sure that we can raise money and continue to keep the doors open. I would also like to pause for a second and reflect in a moment of deep gratitude for these men who are getting their silver chip tonight, for the ladies that are silver chipping tonight, and for the staff that are here. So 1 year ago today, does anybody remember what that was like? June 17th, 2020, we brought our detox back on property 2 days before. We started resuming program admissions on June 17th, 2020. We had, for the first time in our 19-year history at that time, had to stop admissions into the program. We ran an offsite detox and kept serving the community that way. But for people who wanted to come into the program from March 25th, 2020 to June 17th, 2020, for the first time in our history, we had to say, no, we can't help you. And we had a group of people who helped keep this facility running. I remember one night during that lockdown of showing up on campus and saying, it's about 11 o'clock at night, and I say, this is interesting. I don't see any staffed vehicles. And I come in and I go into detox and I said, this is even more interesting because I don't see any staff. And what started off as a moment of panic turned into a moment of immense pride. That the participants here, including the men that you'll be hearing from tonight, assume greater responsibility for helping to operate this facility and keep these doors open for staff coming into work and for the participants that were here and serving them. Really went above and beyond in a most unusual time, not only for us, but for the whole country and the whole world. So I'm very thankful and very appreciative to each one of you, to our staff who've been tested to think in different ways and to problem solve. I know the participants a year ago and throughout this whole time, man, the rules keep changing. What can we do? What can't we do? Those are really difficult staff meetings and staff decisions on how to balance a lot of competing needs. How do we keep detox open? How do we keep serving the program? How do we get overnight shelter going at the women's campus? How do we keep people safe? How do we connect people to recovery? Thank you to the staff. Thank you to the participants. Thank you to the men and the women that are silver chipping tonight for the extraordinary effort that you put into keeping us going and keeping the mission alive. Well, it's my pleasure to turn this over to Tracy Freeman Hines at the women's campus, and look forward to thanking you at the end of this ceremony.
For coming out with us tonight. We're here tonight to recognize 4 young ladies over at the women's campus who have accomplished a great thing by completing our program. What they will be receiving is a medallion that has healing transitions on one side and alumni I'm responsible on the other. The first young lady we would like to recognize is Miss Jessica Tanner. Jessica's very first engagement with us was back in 2015. Jessica was unable to complete the program at that time and left July of 2016. She returned for a second engagement in the program on November 23rd, 2019, where she left again on January 5th, 2020. Jessica returned shortly after for her third engagement with us on January 14th, 2020. This time around, Jessica would be able to stick and stay and have a smooth path through the program. While engaged in the commitment and transitional portions of our program, Jessica was addressed by her peers on attitudes and behaviors such as not following community guidelines, inconsideration, irresponsibility, and not being a sister's keeper. She received suggestions from her peers such as a 1-week decision log, 1,000 words, I can stand on my own 2 feet, 1,000 words, no more hiding under the surface, and a 2-week I don't know ban. Jessica completed a service commitment in our kitchen and was able to transition into alumni status on December 10th, 2020. While engaged in our program this time around, Jessica wrote over 9,000 words, attended over 212 step meetings, and was engaged with us a total of 334 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 278, Ms. Jessica Taylor.
Hello, my name is Jessica. I'm a colleague. I'm nervous, y'all. So I just want to say that I'm grateful for this program and all the staff here. When I came here, I thought I knew everything, but I didn't know anything. The women here taught me how to be responsible. My family's here. They never gave up on me. They've stood by my side. Today, I have my license back. I got my daughter back, full custody. I'm responsible, I'm reliable, and life is good. Through this program, it was not easy. Every day I wanted to leave, I was leaving. But I had some wonderful ladies that, just breathed for me when I couldn't breathe. I was hopeless. But I'm just so glad that I came back and I was willing to change and I've done something different. And I'm just so grateful for the staff here that helped me out. Thank you.
All right, our next alumni is Miss Venus Mitchell. Venus came to our program as a Trillium referral on December 3rd, 2019. Venus also had a smooth path through our program. She did not have to get moved back in the program for attitudes and behaviors, but that does not mean that she wasn't addressed on a lot of them. While in CTR1 and CTR2, Venus was addressed on concerns such as irresponsibility, messy room, a total of 8 times, inconsideration, a total of 5 times, 2 sign-out issues, gossip, overstepping, bad attitude, dishonesty, and of course, entitlement. Venus received actions in writing such as a 30-day gratitude log, 1,000 words, where has self-pity gotten me in the past, a 1-week store ban, 1,500 words on if nothing changes, nothing changes, sleep in a shelter for 1 week, 1K on manipulation, and 500 words on there is no deadline on my recovery. Venus completed a service commitment in the planning room as a peer mentor and was able to move into alumni status on January 28, 2021. While engaged in our program, Venus wrote over 16,000 words, attended 429 meetings, and was engaged in our program a total of 425 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 281, Ms.
Thank you, Healing Transitions, for being here for me. The only way I can say I made it is I had God on my side. My higher power brought me through this. I was happy to get here, unlike most of my counterparts. I was ready to engage in recovery. I just didn't know all the things about myself that I learned here in this program. Like I was entitled. Learning those things about me has made me a better person. This program has taught me that it's not all about me. I mean, that you have to be willing to give back what God has freely given to you. And with that being said, it has opened many doors for me in my journey after leaving here. It's been hard. I spend a lot of time with my daughter now. She's come here to the Healing Transitions when we had bright spaces available, and she has stayed in the Princess Room. This program was hard, very hard during COVID, because being on lockdown was not my choice. I just couldn't have my way, and it wasn't working for me. But you know, the ladies in this program, they carried me through. They helped me see that it's gonna get better. It's not gonna always be like this, you know, and what God has for me is for me. So I appreciate the ladies that came through the program with me, that stuck with me. I appreciate Miss Tracy, Miss Casey, and Miss and Miss Gina Martin, because they really kept me in line when I got all outside myself, thinking that I knew all the answers. So and I really thank Miss Amanda Blue, because she was there for me when I really needed to talk to somebody. So it's things that this program has brought to me that I would love to give back to my community. So upon leaving the program and becoming an alumni, I've started a 503c, me and a friend of mine in recovery, and it's called Wendy Stands Up. Wendy stands for Women in Danger. Why? And we're moving forward from this point on to just stay in recovery and be a part of the growing community of recovery. Thank you.
All right, moving right along. So our next alumni is Ms. Chess Clark. Chess entered our program on June 29, 2019 through a non-medical detox center. She transitioned to the recovery program on July 8th and was able to move quickly to CTR1 on August 22nd, 2019. Due to some attitudes and behaviors, our community voted her back to the motivational portion of our program, but Chess was able to make it back to CTR1 on December 19, 2019, and finally CTR2 on September 16, 2020. While in these portions of the program, Chess was addressed on concerns such as inconsideration, bad attitude 3 times, not following community process, messy room, not being a sister's keeper, doing nothing, manipulation, and broken commitment. She received suggestions such as 500 words on my fear-driven life, 1,000 words, how do I become vulnerable, 1,000 words on manipulation, 5 random acts of kindness, and a 1-week humility log, as well as a 2-week advice and suggestion ban. Chess completed a service commitment as a peer mentor in the planning room and was able to transition into alumni status on February 24th, 2021. While engaged in our program, Chess wrote over 18,000 words, attended 625 meetings, and was here a total of 592 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 283, Chess Clark.
Oh God, this is crazy. I want to say thank you to everybody that was with me, because I came in, I didn't talk to anybody. Don't look at me, don't breathe in my direction, stay away, because you scared me, but I couldn't let you know that you scared me. And I didn't know how to interact with people. I didn't know how to be vulnerable and emotional. It had caused a lot of problems in my life before getting here. I pretty much burnt every bridge I built. And oh God, especially when I got sent back, I was like, they hate me. It's over. It's done. I don't like none of y'all. But I stuck and I stayed, you know, even through all kinds of stuff where I had to go off for a little while and come on back. You know, I could have left and I could have done a lot of things, but the one thing I did was everything different. I'd been very set in my ways. I had an answer for everything. I would have told you over and over, total conviction that I was an angry person. And I wasn't. I wasn't equipped to deal with my life. And I hadn't never had anybody really sit down and tell me what it was I was going through. And being here made it very different because it wasn't my fault that I am the way I am, but I have the power to control and actually work on the things that make it worse. When I got here, I was very lost, and I didn't think anybody could help me with that, and I didn't think I really deserved another chance anyway. But I stayed because where else was I going to go? I was, there was nothing else. This is the last house on the block, and I was tired. And being here, I found myself again. Like, I figured out the things that I like. I started painting again and getting to read. And, I didn't maybe like the advice I was given, but I like getting to write and getting some of that stuff out that I had kept buried for a long time. And I had to face a lot of things. These women kept me from drowning a couple times. And I couldn't have done it if I hadn't been here. Nothing else worked before being here. And now I can actually, I might be miserable at work sometimes. I might not like where I'm living. I might not like a lot of things in my life, but today everything's a choice for me. Because there was a time when my drugs said jump and I said how high. And it didn't matter. I would have done anything to serve a master that hated me. And today, I actually get to make the choice to get up and go be dependable and responsible. And I can make the choice of going back out the first time. But I don't think I would make it back in. Being here showed me I'm worthy of another chance and that I'm worthy of a new life. And now I get to be the mother that my kid deserves, and I get to lead by example and show her that there is something better in this life after death. I'm just glad I stayed. So I'm grateful for y'all. Thank you.
All right, so our next alumni is Miss Taylor Clater. Taylor was referred to us by an alumnus of our program and arrived here on October 30th, 2019. The following day, Taylor entered the motivational portion of our program and had a somewhat smooth path through our program, making it to CTR2 on July 8th, 2020. On September 7th, Taylor decided to take a little vacation. Sometimes we need that from the program to get a tattoo. That didn't go well. Thankfully, due to some outreach from her peers and staff, Taylor returned to our program 6 days later to enter our ReTrack program. ReTrack is an abbreviated step of the program for individuals who have either made it to CTR2 or alumni status in the past and have experienced a return to use. Taylor was able to quickly re-engage with us, making it back to CTR2 on October 12th, 2020, and finally transitioned to alumni status on March 25th, 2021. While here, Taylor was addressing the attitudes and behaviors such as not being a sister's keeper, not following community process, messy room, and irresponsibility. She received suggestions from her peers such as 500 words on the mother I was and the mother I will be, 1,000 words, a woman I want to be, 1,000 words, letting go of the past, 2 weeks of positive affirmations, 1,000 words, I am not what abuse created, and 1,000 words, I deserve a healthy relationship. Taylor completed a service commitment in the planning room as a peer mentor, and while here attended 411 12-step meetings, was engaged with us a total of 359 days and wrote over 10,000 words. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 284, Ms. Taylor Clater.
So I had some stuff written down, but now none of that really seems like it was the right thing to say. When I got here, I was scared and I was broken and I'm gonna cry. I didn't like people, I didn't like myself. And I wasn't gonna stay. I spent 11 months saying I was going home. And I finally found somebody that would make that happen. And that was the turning point. Had I stayed and completed this program without leaving, nothing would have changed. I learned how quickly we go back into the patterns and how quickly things happen. And that changed everything. I didn't want to be friends with anybody here. I didn't want anything to do with anybody. And at the end of the day, I left with a family. I can't thank this place enough for what it's done. It's given me a life that I never thought I would have, and friends that I don't deserve, that I do deserve, but I don't feel like I deserve. Everybody here has had my back and believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, and still do. Because there are days I don't think I deserve this life. Miss Tracy, if it wasn't for you and that decision to let me go back to my last name, I probably wouldn't have been happy. Being able to be here and be who I am and not have to pretend to be somebody else, that's what matters. So thank you, Amanda, for making this possible for me. And Tracy Rafael, I want to thank my family for never giving up on me. Thank you.
All right, so dawned on me that I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Tracy Freeman Hines. I'm the planning room supervisor here at the Women's Campus. What we'll be doing next is recognizing the individuals who have transitioned to CTR2. These ladies have completed all 28 group sessions of our Recovery Dynamics curriculum. What they'll be doing in CTR2 is completing a service commitment, budgeting money, and opening a bank account, and working on a plan of action to transition out into sober living housing. In recognition of that, these ladies will be receiving a marble, a bracelet, and their detox picture. We have a long-standing tradition with our marbles. It's said that in our addiction, we've lost all of our marbles, and today these ladies will at least get one back. The bracelet that they will be receiving, it says on it, she believed she could, so she did. And they will be receiving, each of them, a copy of their detox picture so they don't forget where they came from. So the first lady that we would like to recognize is Ms. Shauna Burke. Thank you. Don't get nobody with that. There's a really big one in here. I'll get there later. All right, the next lady we would like to recognize is Ms. Renee Young. All right, so we'll turn it back over to the men's campus.
You would. My name is William Dickens. I'm the planning room coordinator for the men's and women's facilities, silver chipper number 133. My sobriety date is 9/15/02. By the grace of God, I've been clean over 18 years, and with that, I am truly grateful. A lot of times when we start out, sometimes we start at the women's facility, and they always do a big thank you, So Chris said thank you to y'all. I'm saying thank you to y'all, but I need for y'all to help me to do one thing, please. On the count of 3, for the people that we have never met that have helped kept healing transitions open. So you had a chance to come somewhere and turn your life around. On the count of 3, man, wherever you at in this building, can you help me give a big shout out, thank you? And I know some of y'all talk louder than I do. So will y'all help me do that? On the count of 3, we're gonna shout a big thank you to all the people that we don't know that's up under the table doing stuff for healing transition. Because somebody is, and we need to thank them. 1, 2, 3. We still know how to have fun. All right, what these gentlemen are going to be receiving tonight is a silver chip. On one side that says, I am responsible one day at a time, alumni, and the Healing Transition logo on the other side. The first participant we're going to be recognizing is Mr. Joshua Keesler. Joshua first arrived at Healing Transitions October 16, 2019, and made it all the way into CTR1 November the 18th, 2019, where he started receiving some help from his peers on some behavior issues. Because we do know, gentlemen, drug and alcohol is just the what? Of the problem. So we have to address those other behaviors. Joshua was addressed by his peers on dishonesty, irresponsibility, not following the guidelines, breaking the guidelines, and you had a buddy band with Michael Houston. I know that had to be hard. He had also received from his peers a 30-day female ban, 2 weeks property restrictions, a gym ban for 2 weeks, a writing on dishonesty, a writing on why am I here, and what I can do differently. Chair PM meditation, and a job change to the kitchen for 30 days. Man, I know you came out right from there. Down by 10 and up by 6 for 2 weeks. Joshua was here a total of 360 days and attended 334 meetings. Please help me welcome Silver Chip alumni 921, Mr. Joshua Keesler.
Hey, I'm Josh. I'm an alcoholic. And this place means a lot to me, man. Like I really hated myself, and I just hated the world, and I didn't know what to do. And I was too cowardice to do anything else. And the 2 hardest things was like walking in here and then walking out. Like I really didn't know what life looked like. Like I've hid behind my parents and like been funded by other people my whole life. I really didn't know what it meant to be a man or like be self-supporting by any means. And coming in here, I felt like I was just going to be an outcast like I had been my whole life. And like it was really relieving to find somebody that thinks like me and uses like me and like can just relate to me. I once I got here, I didn't feel alone. It brought me to my sponsor. It helped me find my higher power, and I couldn't ask for a better relationship than that. Yeah, and it put my family back in my life. It really helped me. Yeah, I really thought I was a good guy without the drugs. I really did. I mean, while I was here, man, I can't thank Chef enough. I can't. You have helped my arthritis so much. Yeah, I mean, good relationships with Chris. I mean, just everybody, man. I can't thank you enough for like everybody here and what y'all have done to me. Like I come here and I feel at home. Like Raleigh is not my home, but I feel so safe when I'm in this building and so loved. And like I hope everybody just is able to find that like this place only wants the best for you, and it brings the best out of you if you let it. Like don't go against the grain. I fought a good fight, man. It's not worth it. I love this place and all the people in here. Thanks for letting me share.
And I missed it, but I want to thank and congratulate all the ladies over at the women's facility also. Next, gentlemen, we're going to be recognizing, y'all already know I have trouble with names. pronouncing some of these names. I don't know whether it's Ignatius or Iggy. Anyway, this next gentleman, Iggy, arrived here. First engaged with Healing Transition Met One program on December the 10th, 2018. He left the program and returned to Met One on September the 5th, 2019, and silver chipped into alumni status on September the 21st, 2020. One thing I will always remember about Iggy was his love for music and how it seemed like, man, he could just draw people in with the love of his music. And I remember one ceremony we had here, and we had the guys around, I think in that room, and they was playing music. And Iggy even had me enjoying playing music. I don't know what that thing was he had me using, but it was just his love for music could really draw people around. So please help me welcome Silver Tip alumni. Well, he was here 422 days and attended over 566 meetings. Please help me welcome Silver Tip alumni 922, Mr. Ignatius.
Hey guys, I'm Mickey. I'm an alcoholic. Thank you, Lloyd. So I just want to make sure I don't go over time here, guys. I'll keep it short. But yeah, like we're gonna hear a lot of similar, themes and people's stories when they come up here and do this thing. I felt very lost. And I've been homeless for some time because I lost my parents when I was young, and I kind of used that tragedy as an excuse to kind of bathe in self-pity and just to burn bridges and use people and to do like, hey, I'm a victim. You don't know what it's like to feel my pain. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do to numb myself. And I hated myself, and I hated the world around me. I had no inner peace. I never thought I would feel so at home in a homeless shelter, if you will, and find my tribe. Because when I came in here, I thought that my family tree was gone. My mother and father were dead, brother and sister dead, suicide, homicide, overdoses, right? And so I came in here with like a stump as a family tree, and I left here with a big, beautiful redwood. Actually, bear fruit, which I know they don't really out in nature. But yeah, so I came in here and I shut up the second time around, and I really got to learn that like people can identify with what we know as the four horsemen, right? The despair, terror, frustration, bewilderment, right? It doesn't matter what got you there that makes you experience those emotions and those lows as a human being, but the fact that you know them, like, man, like we're brothers, we're family in that regard, And so from the first time in my life, I felt like I wasn't alone, which was amazing to me. And the beauty about this place is that it gives you the time and the space to just sit still and just to work on yourself, build a relationship with God, make friends and family. Have a good time. Don't take yourself too seriously, but take yourself serious enough to get the work done that can change your life, I was never able to be self-sufficient and take care of myself, work a job. I now have 2 jobs. I am blessed to actually work here as well. I know how to be a better friend. I'm not a great friend. I have my flaws still and my defects of character, but I'm still trying. But yeah, this place changed my life. I want to give a shout out to Chef Kathy, that woman. I love you. You're amazing. Guys, like everyone from some staff members that don't work here anymore, like Randy Edwards, Jason Sutton, those men really made a difference, right? Jason Sexton was a great case manager for me in CTR2. The guy keeps it real, he's not gonna babysit you. It's on you to do the work, man, at that point. But I love this place, and I know this place my life. I'd be dead. I have everything I've ever wanted, have a car, money, which, it's nice. I'm building my little studio back up, so I'm doing music again, which is great. This place has given me everything. And so I owe it everything that I have and some. So guys, thank you so much. I
forgot to mention that Iggy was a former peer mentor along with Josh until a few things happened. You said I'm not going to talk about that. The next gentleman we're gonna be recognizing Mr. Greg Nelson. Greg entered into our Met One program on November 4th, 2019, silver chipped into alumni status September the 21st, 2020. And I think one thing I remember about Greg is that he told us he used to be an auctioneer. So that's funny to me sometimes, but because you know it takes some talking. He received some community suggestions from his peers, not signing in, not signing out, not tour ready. Some of his enochs were selfishness, self-will, self-centered, and fear. And he had some writings such as "The Man Who Mastered Fear" and "Not So Hard, Not to Be So Hard on Myself." Please help me welcome Silver Chip alumni number 923, Mr. Gregory Burnell.
Hey guys, my name's Greg. I'm an alcoholic. I recently told my story in 2001, so I'm not going to say a whole lot tonight. But I came into this program from another treatment center in Greensboro called Fellowship Hall. I completed that program, and I was still hopeless and helpless and lonely and lost and had nowhere to go. And they brought me here and dropped me off on the front steps. And I came in, and that gentleman right there was the one who took me down to the shelter. But I came in wanting to die. It wasn't so much about needing to stop using drugs and alcohol as it was trying to live. I mean, I had given up all hope. And this place presented me with a solution. And it you know, I understood unmanageability. Okay, everything about my life was unmanageable. Everything about my life was lost and in chaos. The one thing I didn't understand was powerlessness. And this program, the recovery dynamics that this program presented to me, I just embraced it. If this program presented me with a solution, and I embraced the solution. Like the big book says, with the fervor that a drowning man grabs a life preserver. And that's what I did. This was life or death for me. I knew that I didn't have anywhere else to go except to the grave. And so I really grabbed on with the life preserver with all I can and held on like my life depended on it. And guys, I tell you, if you ask me what my goal is in recovery, is peace in the midst of the storm. And today, most of you know, I have a storm raging in my life, and I have peace in the midst of it. I am at peace. And guys, that is the number one gift that recovery has given me. And with that, I just want to close with this one thing. If you are at rock bottom, there is no better place to build a recovery foundation than from rock bottom. Thanks, guys.
Also, some of y'all gentlemen know this coming right out of detox. The program was, as Chris explained, was a lot different back then. Some things that was going on different. Greg was on the waiting list 25 days. Well, some of y'all coming out now, going right in the program, y'all don't have no idea. And we have some people have been on that waiting list 35 and 40 days. So when you come up in here and you going directly on that waiting list, getting right into the program, I wouldn't take that for granted. And I'm talking about these guys did some trudging, real trudging. And won't know it's too hot, it's too cold, rain, sleet, or snow, you had to go. That's so y'all will know that, because I want you to always find some gratitude, you know. The next gentleman we're going to be recognizing is Mr. Jose, I probably didn't pronounce that wrong, Figueroa. He's a former peer mentor, and until I looked at his folder a little while ago, he really fooled me. I know that brother has some problems, but I didn't have no idea he had done as much stuff as he had done. Okay, Figueroa entered into our Met One program April 1st, 2019. He made it all the way into CTR1, and I think one of his first issues is CTR2, y'all remember this, he got sent back to Met One for not getting his client out. So y'all do know that is a serious issue. So when somebody come up in community, don't try to throw them that lifeline. That man got sent back for not getting his client out. Unattended property 2 times, missed S group meeting, too many shoes. He did have plenty of them. Entitlement, and I have never heard this one, a bad role model. What kind of a bad role model, man? Gluttony, self-centeredness, self-will, sloth, self-centeredness, greed, open a bank account in 3 weeks, and 3 weeks to start to be a budget sheet helper. Mr. Figueroa. Please help me welcome Silver Chip alumni, Mr. Jose Figueroa, that was here, attended 411 meetings and was here 397 days.
How you guys doing? I'm Josue, alcoholic and addict. I came here in 2019, broken. It looked pretty fun in the beginning because it looked nice outside. But I got into the shelter with Rayford, and he showed me what to do to get a bed. You know, some of you guys never slept in a mat or did overflow, but I did it. It was fun. That broke me down and being a different person. It gave me good friendships in this program. You got me? Again, people that I care about the most that I thought I would never be friends with. It gave me become humble. I'm just grateful that I'm here, honestly. I was broken. I was just a mess, man. Like, I don't know how I didn't die. You know, I got here. Then God gave me a real detox picture because I looked bad. You know, that was after they forgot that I didn't take a picture. But I was in the planning room. That helped me out a lot. You know, at church, like Mr. He said right now, in the snow and the rain and the water, my shoes would be soaked. And then let me go change. Just like, take your socks off. You okay? I was messed up, but anyways. I have a great life now, man. I'm 2 years sober. I'm doing very well. And I have a great boss that I thought I've never had. You know, this guy has shown me a different side of being humble. I can do the rest for everybody else, man. You know, you stay here and do this program. Honest to God, the best things will happen to you that you think you'll never have. I got my family back. I think they're watching right now. That's grateful, man. Really. Having that family back, not lying to them, that's good. Chef, you know that lady loves you, no matter what. She gave me a lot of words. I got in trouble a lot of times. I ate too much. But it was all love, you get me? I got banned from the kitchen many times. But like Iggy said, people that are not here no more, you know, Jason, Randy, I don't know, almost everybody in this program, man, like Iggy said, we're family, man. I love this guy to death, you know, and I never had that before. I have friendships, but it's just family, man. All you guys are family. And I feel home here. You know, I ate right now in the kitchen, and I felt like I was home. That's something crazy, right? To eat in the shelter, but you feel like you're home because you're with all you guys, man. Because I came through here, you know. I did the trudge. I did that. And don't forget to take your client out. Because I did. And it was something that it helped me out a lot, man. To become patient. You know what I mean? I got sent back saying it was not my fault, but it really was. But anyways. But yeah, man, thank you so much. Yeah, if I can do it, you can do it too, man. No. Thank you.
We know that then we shall. We knew it. We knew it. The last gentleman we're gonna be recognizing, Mr. Bobby Knapp. Bobby also, he did 16 days on the waiting list. He went in and met one August 29, 2019, silver tipped into alumni status October 5th, 2020. Some of the concerns he got was poor job performance 4 times, not being a brother's keeper, not too ready 2 times, not gathering the facts, overstepping. Some of the help he got, speak when spoken to for 1 week, and speak when spoken to 2 times, and 1 month suggestion that he didn't get, but speak when spoken to. So you must have been doing a whole lot of talking. While here, Bob attended 413 meetings and was here a total of 433 days. Please help me welcome Silver Tip alumni number 926, Mr. Bobby.
Crazier. Thank you very much. I just want to have a moment in silence for some of my brother that has fallen, that didn't make it with us. You know, I want to share some of these numbers with some of the guys. I gave Rayford a promise that, you know, I was gonna say his name when I'm done. We lost Stu Know-How. It's one of my brothers. We wrote a lot of words with each other in the kitchen and during laundry, because, you know, I'm one of those guys. I lost everybody, you know, my whole family. My grandfather died first, my mom and my dad. I lost everybody in 1 year, and I had nowhere to go. I went back home with my brother in Thailand, and they didn't want me either. And I want to thank everybody that hated me, that you know, didn't want anything to do with me, because you made me stronger. You made me who I am today. Honestly, healing transition changed my life. I want to thank Wake County, North Carolina, the HT staff. They were there for us at all the times that we needed them. And I really, really want to thank one lady. You know, I lost my mom. You know, she was like a mom to me, and she gave us the love that we truly, like, we don't see. Some of us are hard-headed, and we need tough love. And you guys were the hater at first, right? All y'all were haters, and y'all want to go into the kitchen. And she made me who I am, because every time she speaks to me and the guys were in training and gave us, you know, like a speech, my grandfather had told me before he died, but I never listened. But then something when we were sitting back here talking to Chef Kathy, I love you, Chef. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. It just woke me up to reality where I knew that, you know, this ain't about a competition. This sickness is real. There's falling people. Everybody dies every single day. It's mentally. But for me, I motivate myself. I'm determined by myself. And most of all, I drive my own self. I don't need anybody to tell me what to do, because ain't nobody gonna tell you what to do. You have to tell yourself that. From the bottom of my heart, through everything I do it for myself, because I know I don't have my mom and my dad, nobody here no more. And my sister, a lot of people that don't really want anything to do with me, and you don't have nowhere to go. But you can't go lower, you have to go higher. And, you know, just don't stop. Because, you know, like, you can't stop and go back to your past. You have to keep moving and keep moving. Yeah. That's all I got to say here, guys. I love you, Kathy.
Hey everybody, my name is Jason Sexton. I'm the transition case manager here at the Benz. Also silver tip number 544. Okay. just give a shout out to the women on behalf of all the fathers over here. They sent us a wonderful Father's Day card. I presented it to the men in 3 o'clock class and in the other class. And on behalf of all the men here and the fathers here, I just want to say thank you. I work with those men that have completed the educational portion of the program. They're either doing a commitment to give back, or they're looking for work, or they're working and saving money for recovery housing. Okay. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to recognize the 2 men that have made it to this part of the program since the last ceremony. They're going to get a hat with one of our logos on it. They're also going to get their detox picture. And as Tracy said before, they're going to get back one of their marbles. All right. First guy I want to recognize is James Owensby.
Yes, sir. Thanks. Oh, yeah.
The gentleman is David Perrin.
Good evening. I'm Justin Garrity, the Director of Men's Recovery Services, and I'm Silver Chipper 676. I want to say congratulations to the ladies over there, and gentlemen, congratulations. A lot of change I was able to see with y'all. It's phenomenal. One of the coolest things that I get to experience tonight is 2 weeks into Bobby's stay. It's a pretty high octane dude. I was talking to Rayford. I said, "What do you think about Bobby, man? He's bouncing off the ball." Rayford said, "That guy's going to silver chip." And to see you come this far, and man, you've just grown a whole lot. And for me to hear Rayford say that and it happen, it's like, this guy's a wizard, But I have a wonderful, wonderful honor tonight to present a plaque of employment to just a stalwart man and backbone of healing transitions. We turn to page 568 in the big book, the last paragraph, it says, "We find that no one need to have difficulty with the spirituality of the program. Willingness, honesty, and open-mindedness are the essentials of recovery, but these are indispensable." When I read those couple sentences, I think of this gentleman right here, and the words pop out are spirituality, the willingness, honesty, and open-mindedness. Essential and indispensable. He's been doing this stuff for 10 years. There's just countless lives he's touched. Touched my life, I don't know how else to describe him, man. He's phenomenal at what he does. Huge heart. If y'all don't know him personally, you should get to know him. If you think, oh, he's just kind of loud and directs us around, man, I'm telling you, that ain't just the half of it. He's a man of deep faith. He has changed so many people's lives. He's a leader. He's a man that's not afraid to get in the dish pit. He's just a lot of things. He's a lot of things. He's just a great man. 10 years recovery, or 10 years employment, 18 years recovery, lifetime of grace, countless people helped. A change maker. Silver Chipper 133, Mr. William Dickens. So, first I want to thank
Healing Transitions, formerly the Healing Place. When I came in, man, I was broken down. I was just broke down. And when I was offered this job, I was just blown out the water because I told him if I got the job, it was fine. If I didn't get it, it was fine. Because I had a job that I liked, and I just didn't care nothing about nothing else. But it's just something about this place. You know, I used to come back and volunteer a lot and cut grass, whatever they would ask me to do. I would try to do it because they told me back then the people that stayed connected stayed sober. Rayford told me that. Not only Rayford, some of the other staff. I was telling somebody today about a guy that used to be here named Robert Christmas. And I respected them guys so much because I wanted what they had. And they said, you know, grab the horses, grab hold of them horses. And I did that. And today I'm still sober. Been working here 10 years. Last couple of weeks, been a little stressed, been a little tough, man. My wife, she's going through, but that's all right. That's all right. Cause you know what? Guess what? I don't feel no way tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. I don't feel no way tired. Come too far from where I started from. He's on the track here, y'all. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he brought me this far. I don't believe he brought me this far. I don't believe he brought me this far. To believe me.
All right, I have the honor of presenting the 10-year recognition of service to Ms. Carrie Edwards, who, along with some of the other ladies who've been through the program, are really these elder stateswomen, and you can rely upon them to be a calming and a bright example of weathering adversity and recovery, of what is often for women a longer process of self-forgiveness, and one of realizing dreams that not only had been forgotten but had been extinguished. And I can tell you personally that 2 years ago, this time, June 14th or so, we lost a guy, lost somebody else, and was feeling really, really down. Was having a tough time with it, and knew that it was normal to feel that way. Also knew that I couldn't carry on in my role with that heaviness. And what changed it was absolutely unexpected. It was simply just sitting down and listening to Terry talk about the gifts of her life. And so I want to thank you for that, Terry. I want to thank you for everything that you do for Healing Transitions, for our mission but most importantly, what you do for the men and women in terms of being an example of both.
Chris wants to try to make this right. So I'm silver chip number 66.
Yeah.
Like William said, when I got here, I was a broken individual. Had been in active addiction for over 20 some years. I had been homeless for many, many years. And you know what I realized once in the program that, you know, God led me to this place. And in turn, recovery led me back to God. And for whatever reason, God has kept me around this place. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I heard a couple of people say tonight, this is like family. And it is. This is family. This is family, you know. And I love my job. I love coming to work. You know, I love being here. I love talking to people. I love talking about recovery. I like listening to other people. I'm just grateful. And yeah, I want to say something to my supervisor, Chris. Thank you for encouraging me to grow in my position and teaching me that I am worthy. Thank you for all your support. Thanks.
So I'll be selfish again for a few minutes because tonight's made me very nostalgic as I've thought back where we were, you know, a year ago and so forth. And a lot of memories. I was looking at pictures of Taylor being dropped off at the Symptom Hotel, March 25th, 2020. I was looking at pictures of Chess and seeing the remarkable transformations that she's had. I'm looking at the guys here and thinking of Bobby working the grill in those cookouts. Thinking of Host Sway, helping out in detox and being there when we lost one of our family members, Faith, who'd been a cat with us since 2002. And a week later, either with divine or staff intervention, 2 other kittens showed up. And we had 6 days with one of them before he couldn't make it, but Gracie lived on. And it gave me much joy to watch Josue with those little kittens on the detox desk. And detox staff wasn't here. They were doing things off property, running detox there. Remember watching Greg on a weekend, wheelbarrow, moving mulch, just helping out. And Iggy playing music for us, and lifting our spirits. And William and Walter singing back and forth in the parking lot. Josh Kiesler being out there yelling, Goldsboro! So I want to thank you. Thank you for, like with many of the journeys that everyone faces when you come in here, sometimes it's hard to see beyond the stress or the hopelessness of the current situation. There's a lot of gratitude to get on the other side of it and look back. And through that stress and struggle, you can find many moments of beauty. And you guys have contributed to that. You ladies have contributed to that. And I know that the folks who are here will have the opportunity to do the same. So I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. It's been a very special ceremony. And thanks again to the staff for their hard work in putting this on. Good night.